Yo, what's going on? It's Jordan here, and in this video I titled it Looks Maxing and Body Game are keys to attracting girls, gaining confidence, and running handsome men's games. I am back with another Notion board video. I know the last two videos I've uploaded on the channel have been workout vlogs, which were pretty cool because that was a good way for you guys to see what I look like outside of the Notion board. So I was really excited to do that for you guys, and it seems like you guys have been getting a lot of value from the body game and workout videos. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. We're glad to have you. So with that being said, in this video I'm going to be breaking down how looks maxing and body game are the foundational keys to attracting girls, obtaining confidence in yourself, and running handsome men's game, which I have my own spin on that. I call that inbound game, and I'll give context to why I call it that. With that being said, before we do hop into the video, if you guys do want to become the most handsome, attractive version of yourself, if you want to become the man that women want and chase, then I would highly suggest that you check out my program, the Inbound Attraction Blueprint, where I'll be showing you each and every single step that I've taken to not only be the most handsome, attractive version of myself, but been able to attract beautiful women to me consistently on autopilot. So if you want to check that out after this video, if you feel like I've given you enough value and you feel like I am the man to help you out, then consider checking it out after this video, but of course, no pressure. So with that being said, I have this video broken down into two different parts. I have looks maxing and body game, which I will be talking about the confident components that you will gain when you do looks max and you do practice body game, and then how to start running handsome men's game, how I really came to the conclusion that I believe that every man should be striving to run handsome men's game, or inbound game as I like to call it, and the fruits that you will bear when you do level yourself up to becoming a man that women approach, that they select, that they want, that they chase, and that they are hooked on. So that being said, let's go ahead and let's jump into the video. So we have looks maxing and body games. For the men that may be coming across my YouTube channel for the first time, and maybe you don't know what looks maxing is simply just when you're maxing out your looks to the best of your ability, and primarily the focus is on your face. But how I look at it, looks maxing to me is just maxing out every aspect of you physically. So not just your face, but your body as well. And when we talk about the face, that's your haircut, your skin, grooming, facial hair, all that good stuff. So that's just how I look at looks maxing, but a lot of people look at it from a face specific point of view as far as just emphasizing improving your looks when it comes to your face, but I look at it as improving your whole entire look. And then body game is achieving your best body to your ability and leveraging your body as a way to stand out from other men and of course attract women to you. So in my opinion, every man must be doing both if you want to attract the best dating options and opportunities in life that's possible, right? Because you're going to be able to attract a lot of opportunities besides attracting viable, high quality, attractive women to you, the more that you do level up your looks. Now, the reason why I want to highlight this is because I know some of you guys that have came across my looks maxing videos, that's part of the reason why you guys have found this channel and why maybe you have subscribed, because you saw that I've done looks maxing videos in the past. And I've noticed that there are a decent amount of you guys that you guys take looks maxing a little bit too serious, in a sense where you think it's solely about the face, which yes, you do need to have an attractive face when it comes to attracting attractive women. There's no getting around that. But does that mean that you have to have a 1% male model S tier face? No, you don't. And a lot of you guys that think that, you're not really experiencing that yourself. You don't have that much experience with women. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful, but I'm more so saying a lot of you guys are saying and complaining about this stuff. Oh, it's only about the face. You guys haven't self-improved enough to actually generate your own experience and data by actually being around women instead of listening to men who don't show their face, that don't have any dating experience or not sufficient dating experience to really tell you what women do find attractive. And they're just going off stats from other people. You're listening to people who are essentially living vicariously through other people, basically. So that's just something that you need to think about. But yeah, do they like a man with a handsome and attractive face? Of course. But again, that doesn't mean that you have to have male model genetics. You really can maximize the genetics that you are given, but you have to be willing to put in the work. So in my opinion, it's best to stop thinking that one is better than the other and just do everything that you can to max out your face and max out your body with reason. reason, right? I wouldn't necessarily recommend crazy surgeries or anything like that unless you want to go ahead with the surgery. You think it makes sense. You've actually spent a long time thinking about taking the surgery, whether that's like maybe a nose job or something like that. I don't know. I'm just giving you examples, but I would do everything that you can to maximize your face and your body first before taking any extreme measures when it comes to surgeries or even like hair transplants and stuff like that. So that's just something to keep in mind. But one thing I do want to talk about is because I know there is a heavy emphasis on the face when it comes to looks maxing, but it seems like from my experience, what I've found is that women are going to be more attracted to whatever physical trait stands out to them the most. For some men, it may be their face. For me specifically, it is my face. But for other men, it may be more of their physicality. I actually have a client that's a part of the Inbound Attraction Blueprint program, and he has an average face, but I say that in a sense of not being disrespectful or discouraging, but he's just now on his looks maxing journey. He's now practicing body game as far as losing body fat and packing on lean muscle mass. So he's in the process of transforming himself. So he's going to look a lot better, more attractive to women once he does looks max and practice body game and get in the best shape for him. But I told him that with his physicality, because he's 6'2", I said that you're more than likely going to get more attraction from women based on your physicality than your face, because once you get into that, you know, more lean, muscular physique, pair that up with this 6'2" height, women are going to be more attracted to your physicality more than likely than your face. That's what I told him. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to be attracted to his face, but it's just more so his physicality is going to stand out more to them than maybe his face. Whereas it's the vice versa for me. I'm not tall. I know a lot of you guys ask me, what's your height? What's your weight? I'm 5'10" barefoot. I'm 5'11" with shoes on. But I know that my face is what stands out to women, specifically for me. That's what they find more attractive with me. So yes, I'm going to get more attention because of my face, but I will say this, and I've said this a couple of times in my videos, that my dating life, the options of women that I started to be able to get in my life, all that skyrocketed by 10x once I got in shape. Once I started packing on lean muscle mass, that's when I went from being called cute or adorable to women saying, oh, he's sexy, saying he's fine, stuff like that. Because having that physical, strong, lean, muscular body, that's going to be what arouses women. Let's just keep it a stack. And that's how you're going to be able to really showcase that you're a masculine man from a physical perspective, by building a strong, lean, muscular physique. And that doesn't mean you have to look like a bodybuilder that's about to step on a bodybuilding stage and compete in front of all these other people. It's just more so getting in the best shape for you. And you have to understand that most men aren't in shape. Most men are obese or overweight, let alone having any form of six pack or any forms of muscle. Even this shape right here, I'm not trying to brag, but like, I don't really need to go crazy with my physique other than this. This is perfectly fine in my opinion, based on my experience I have with women. So that's just something to keep in mind. But you'll notice that the more you work on both looks maxing your face, practicing body game, getting in the best shape for you, you're going to gain confidence because of the women that you're going to be able to attract, the quality of women that you're going to be able to attract, not just physically, but from a personality standpoint, right? You will be able to attract more high quality women. Not every single woman is going to be high quality, obviously. Even if they are attractive, that doesn't mean that as a person or personality wise or vibe wise or chemistry wise with you and the woman, that doesn't mean that she's going to be high quality in those different departments. But you will be able to attract more high quality women overall, which is going to give you more confidence because you're going to see, okay, like I'm actually getting more improved high quality results in my dating life. People are going to treat you better. Men are going to treat you better as far as respecting you, because when you're a good looking man, but on top of that, you're in shape, more specifically when you are in shape and you have muscle to you, other men are going to respect you because they understand that you had to put in the work to develop that muscle. They understand that you had to put in work to build that type of physique where you're strong, you're muscular, you're masculine, and you're capable of protecting yourself, which is really why, regardless of how you feel, man, if you think, no, Jordan's only about the face, I don't care what you say. Okay, but that's you. It's not true, but that's you. You still want to get in the best shape for yourself just as a man if you want to be more masculine, embrace your masculinity, but also be able to defend yourself and other people, especially if you don't have any type of combat skills. Then you need to be getting in shape and getting strong, regardless of whether or not you think it's going to attract women to you, which it will. You need to be getting in shape for you so you can actually be able to defend yourself and loved ones, especially again if you don't have any combat skills, which you need to be pairing up a strong body with combat skills to just overall be well-rounded and be able to protect yourself, which is going to provide you more confidence, but that's for a different video. It goes without saying, but women are going to treat you better because you are going to be more physically attractive to them. So therefore they're going to want to be around you more. They're going to look at you different than most men because most men are unattractive. Most men don't take care of themselves. Therefore you're going to stand out from the crowd. And you're going to see from men and women that you're going to have a halo effect to you, meaning people are going to view you and treat you better simply because you're more attractive. And that it is what it is, man. Don't get bitter about it. Don't get upset, because you getting upset about it isn't going to change it. You getting upset doesn't entitle you for the entire world to just automatically, like Thanos snapping his fingers. Just because you get upset about it, that's not going to change how people think. So instead of being bitter about it, man, just improve your look so you can experience the halo effect too. Like the halo effect will happen for you just getting in shape alone and then doing everything you can to look smax your face. A lot of you guys may not realize this, but you have a lot of good facial bone structure to you by and large, but you don't know that because you may be layered with a bunch of fat that's hiding it. And the reason why I say that's because I do martial arts. So I actually get out of my house and I'm around other people, and every man that I see at my gym, at my Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu gym that are lean, you can see their high cheekbones, you can see their hollow cheeks, you can see their jawline. So by and large, you're more than likely going to have those same facial aesthetics and bone structures too. You just have to lower your body fat. And is that the only thing that you need to do to improve your facial structure and stuff? There are definitely more things that you can do, but in my opinion, lowering your body fat percentage, getting rid of water retention where you have a lot of water retained in your face because you're dehydrated and your body is holding on to the water because it views it as a scarce resource and it doesn't want to lose it. When you get rid of all the water in your face, but you're actually lowering your body fat percentage and you're lean, it's going to do wonders. It's going to do 80 to 90% of the work, in my opinion. But you're also going to see that people are going to want to be around you more because you're more attractive. People are going to like you more. People are going to want to socialize with you a lot more, which is going to make you more confident because you're going to see, okay, people actually treat me good. People actually want to be around me. People actually value being around me. They value my time. So that's going to boost your confidence even more. Now, the caveat to that is you got to be a cool dude. You can't just be a good looking dude and be arrogant, be cocky, treat people like shit. Like the alpha stuff that you guys see, that's very dramatic, that you see on YouTube, that you see on social media. A lot of that is just marketing because these men that are doing this strategically know that what other men want to be like that. But the problem is that when you translate that to real life, it doesn't work. Really, the best way to get treated the best by other people and have other people look up to you and admire you is you be a really good looking dude to the best of your ability, but you treat everybody with respect. You're kind, you're not arrogant, you're humble. That's going to get you a lot farther than you trying to put on this fake Batman, Bruce Wayne persona. And if you guys have been watching my videos for a while now, you guys know I love Batman. You guys know I love Bruce Wayne. I love Nightwing. I love the whole Bat family. I'm a comic book nerd. I'm a freaking Batman diehard fan. But that stuff works in the comic books, right? The Oliver Queen, Green Arrow, Stephen Amell version of Green Arrow, like just being super serious and all this stuff. Man, that works in the comic books. That works in the movies. That works in the TV shows. If you want people to like you and treat you well, you got to be able to connect with people on an emotional level. You have to make other people feel good and feel valued. A lot of it is people associate themselves around you because of how you make them feel. And if anybody in sales knows that to be true. So you have to understand that there's a sales component to being social and people liking you want to be around you. But I'm telling you, when you are not only a good looking man and you've improved every aspect of your looks to the best of your ability without going too crazy with it, and you treat people well and you make them feel good when they're around you, I'm telling you, the world is going to be your oyster. And high level people are also going to want to network with you too, because they see, especially if you're in shape, you look good, you're strong, you dress well, you just look groomed, cleaned, and just you look like you take care of yourself. High level men are going to want to connect with you. That's how I've been connecting with some of the YouTubers that I know that I've been watching for years now, is because they've seen my physical presentation, and the way that you look says a lot about you. It conveys a certain type of message to other people. So other high level people who are putting in the work themselves, that have self-improved their looks, but they're also translating the same mindset that they use to self-improve their face, their body, and they're putting it into other aspects of life like business, right? Or networking with other high-level people. They see those traits in you based on your looks alone, because they're already assuming, okay, if he's in really good shape, if he dresses well, if he takes care of himself, that means that he must value himself. He actually puts in the work. He actually puts in effort to take care of himself and respect himself. I can only imagine what other things that he's involved in that he carries those same traits and mindset in. So therefore, therefore they're going to think that you're more of a like-minded individual as them. So therefore they're going to want to connect with you and be around you. You see what I'm saying? I know I said a lot there, but that's what I'm saying, man. Your looks, your face, your body, your style, everything that encompasses your physical image says a lot about you. That's why you need to be doing everything that you can to be dialing in your looks again to the best of your ability. And more importantly, what I've gained from Looksmaxing and practicing body game as far as building my body up, and I'm not huge by any means, like I look pretty big here in this picture, but that's because this is a muscle pump. But nevertheless, I would say that the biggest confidence boost that you'll get is knowing that you can transform yourself, knowing that you have the power to change your situation. Even for something, I don't even want to say it's little, but transforming your body is a big deal, right? It's like the first thing that you can do that can give you more immediate results compared to like maybe building a business. It's going to take a little bit longer to build a business and see the fruits of your labor from building that business versus building your body up for 6 months to 12 months. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, like the body is like the first thing that you should be transforming about yourself, about your life, because not only are you going to be more confident when you drop body fat and you gain lean muscle mass, or you go on a lean bulk and you put on lean muscle mass, whatever the case is for you, when you're able to transform your body, that's going to give you the confidence to know that you can transform other aspects of your life if you were able to transform your body. And there's just so many things that you can learn from just simply transforming your body, simply transforming your looks, even as your face, growing out a beard, getting a good skincare routine, fixing your teeth, whitening your teeth, getting a good haircut. I mean, there's not as many things that you can do to improve your face as you can with your body, which I think that's why personally my theory on why some of my body game videos have been taken off is because, and I agree with this, if this is actually the case, which I do think it is, but I think it's because a lot of men understand that they can do a lot more to improve their body than their face, even though there's still a lot you can do to improve your face. But by and large, yeah, you're going to be able to do a lot more to improve your body than your face. But nevertheless, you should be doing both. You should be looks maxing and practicing body game, because how I look at it is like this. This is why I do Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. Just in case I ever have to defend myself in the street or something like that. And I'm not saying I'm out here looking for like fights or anything, even though I like simulate fights in my head because I'm just thinking about the Batman Arkham games. How I look at it is if something were to ever pop off, I want to be able to take care of myself standing up as far as striking, such as Muay Thai, or if the fight ever goes to the ground, or if I want to prevent the fight from going to the ground, that's when Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or grappling as a whole, Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, and Judo come into play. That's why I practice both arts and covering my bases. It's the same thing with looks maxing and body game. Don't just pick one over the other, do both, because by doing both, you're going to drastically not only improve your dating life, you're going to improve your confidence, and you're going to attract a lot more opportunities to your life, job opportunities, networking opportunities, business opportunities. You just never know, man, because again, like I said earlier, like how the quote goes, a picture says 1,000 words. It's the same thing when it comes to your physical image. So that's looks maxing and body game. Now let's go ahead and let's talk about handsome men's game, aka inbound game. So handsome men's game, inbound game, is simply when you let women come to you. And I personally think that every man should strive to the best of their ability to be in the position where women are coming to them. And the reason why I say this is because this is where you have the most leverage and efficiency as a man. Now, I know when you first hear that may sound like if a woman were to watch this or hear this, it almost sounds like you're trying to get one over on a woman, like you're trying to have control over her. Not necessarily about having control over a woman or trying to have one over on a woman or anything like that. And that's not what I'm talking about, nor is that the goal. But I'll just say this, man, because I have many different stories to illustrate this point, but I'll give you what I call the outbound versus inbound sales story. So for some of you guys that may or may not know, I had a high ticket coaching business where I was helping entrepreneurs package up their own high ticket offer and then sell that high ticket offer using social media and acquiring clients. And when I first got started doing this high ticket coaching business, I was doing a lot of outbound messaging, aka cold messaging, cold DMing, which is when I was going to people, I was going to prospects, I was going to leads, having conversations with them, and I would either try to get them on a sales call. That's what I did for the first 2 years when I was doing this high ticket coaching business, or I would try to sell them in the DMs. But either way, I was going to them. And I saw a lot of success with that. I've made multiple 6 figures in sales doing that. However, the problem was with that was I was just spending a lot of time having to go to other people. I had to put in a lot more work as far as I had to like really sell my ass off because I was going to them versus them coming to me, right? And I was focusing more on improving my sales skills rather than my product, right? I focus more on improving my sales skills over my product. I focus more on improving my sales skills versus building my personal brand versus creating content that would bring people to me, that would get people to know, like, and trust me, and then them wanting to work with me. And I saw that, and this leads me to the bar story, right? As I have right here. But what I saw when I would go out to bars and stuff, and this happened last night, I went out for the first time in 3 months, guys, which was crazy. Just been grinding on this YouTube channel and stuff. So it was really good to go out last night. But anyways, and this, like I said, this happened last night. But from what I've seen in bars, man, I would see that men would cold approach women, they would buy them drinks, and then they're getting finessed. That's what happens. And because these dudes don't understand the game the way that you and I do, right? But then what I would see happen is that these same girls who are finessing these dudes for drinks, these girls would approach me. These girls would talk about how I was attractive. Some of these girls would try to buy me drinks. These girls would like outright tell me that they have the hots for me, that they find me hot, that they find me sexy. And when I saw that happen many times just in person alone, this actually gave me more so the epiphany, that type of treatment, that inbound game, that handsome men's game that I was running with my dating life. That's what really clicked for me, that I needed to have those same type of results in my business life. Because remember, in my business life, I was doing a lot more outbound, right? And I was like, okay, so why is it that these girls are approaching me? I was just reverse engineering. And the reason why these girls were approaching me was because the product quality was there. The product quality being me, AKA my physical image, my face, my body, my style, my grooming, my hair, everything about me physically, even my scent. I know that's not like a physical trait in terms of your face, your body, or a piece of clothing, but it's still a part of your body nevertheless. And obviously women aren't going to be able to experience your scent until they approach you and they're around you, but that's still going to enhance your overall perceived attractiveness physically to them if you are a good looking man that smells good. But nevertheless, if a product is really good, it's going to sell itself. It's going to sell itself as far as people who are consumers of that product, they're going to do the referral marketing for you. Like I have one of my clients, a part of the Inbound Attraction Blueprint program. His name is Felipe. Shout out to Felipe. He's already recommending other people to my program, and he hasn't even finished it yet. He hasn't gone through it all the way, and there's more content that's coming, but he's already recommending people that he knows to hop into the program. And shout out to you, Felipe, again, for doing that, man. I really appreciate that. But that tells you that when the project is really good, people will come to you. It's the same thing with women, is that when you are a good looking man, you've done everything that you can to level up your looks, women will come to you. And I have the proof right here. This was a girl at this bar, the same bar that I go to all the time that I was just at last night. This didn't happen last night, but this happened from a girl that was at the bar. This girl, she sent her friend to approach me, and her friend gave me this girl's number. She texted me. She said, "Hey, Jordan." I said, "Hey, who's this?" And then she dropped her name, and she said, "My friend approached you last night." And this happens all the time. And then more so from the dating app perspective, like with this girl, like this girl's messaging me first, already saying we would have cute kids. You see what I'm saying? I'm not like showing this stuff to brag to you guys, but just to prove to you that when you do level up your looks, man, and you do become the most handsome, attractive version of yourself, women will come to you. Does that mean, Jordan, you shouldn't ever cold approach a girl at all? You should still approach women, but the caveat is I think you should adopt more of a sniper mentality than an automatic gun perspective, or using like the Spaz 12 from Black Ops 1 and you're just like shooting three bullets. What was it, like 3 bullets at the same time or something like that? Dude, I had like 40 days played on Call of Duty Black Ops 1, man. I used to be a very big gamer addict. But anyways, I digress. In my opinion, you want to be more of a sniper. So how I view it is, if I see a girl that is really attractive to me, that would be the girl that I would approach. I wouldn't be spam approaching. I'm not going to be approaching every single girl I see. I would only approach the girl that I want. And usually it's only 1 or 2 women that I really find attractive that will be in the same spot as me, whether that's a bar or like a lounge or like a restaurant or something like that. Then yeah, if you see a woman that you find very attractive, and let's say you're in a bar setting, so there's going to be like more girls around you, but you find a girl that's very attractive that you want, then yeah, go approach her. Now just understand that because she's not coming to you, you don't know what you're walking into. You are going to have to put in a little bit more work as far as like your charisma, your social skills. You're going to have more game because you have to go to her, and you also don't know what situation she's in. She may have a boyfriend or whatever the case is that could prevent you from getting the number, setting up the date or whatever. So just understand that's what you're going into. That's what I was talking talking about the outbound aspect of my business was that I had to do a lot more sales. I had to do a lot more convincing, basically, because I didn't have any leverage to work with. They weren't coming to me, because that's the difference. When someone comes to you, they're coming to you on their own time, which means what? That they are ready for your product. They are ready to invest in your product. If you have a product to sell and someone comes to you asking you about your product and they tell you that they're ready to buy it, do you have to sell the product at all? No. Do you have to convince them to buy it? No. Why? Because they are coming to you, and if they're coming to you, that means that they are ready to buy it. Because they're coming to you on their own terms. So there's no convincing. There's no selling on your behalf that you have to display to get them to buy. They are already sold. It's the same thing when women come to you. Now, I've heard people say guys that run handsome men's game, or in how I've coined it, inbound game, only ugly women approach you. Nope, that's not true. That's not. Have I had some women that weren't as attractive based on what I look for in qualities of physicality when it comes to women? Sure. But last night, it was actually interesting because the girl who I thought was the most attractive girl at the bar last night, she approached me when I went to the bathroom and I was walking back. She intercepted me. She opened me up and started talking to me. She knew who I was because she saw me around the bar many times, and she was talking about like how there was this one girl that she knew. It was this blonde girl who I've talked to you guys about that approached me. She was talking about how she didn't like this girl that she saw that I was with that approached me. And I told her, I was like, no, I wasn't with her. She approached me. I didn't know who she was and stuff. But it was interesting because this was the most attractive girl at the bar that I found attractive, my exact type and everything. And she approached me. No bullshit. That whole notion that only unattractive women approach men, no. Does that happen? Yes. Is that the only type of women that will approach you? No. Sure as hell ain't for me. I'm just gonna keep it a stack with you. That ain't my reality. I get more attractive women that approach me than unattractive women that approach me. That's my experience. So that's not true. But of course, you're getting choosing signals. Then yeah, like you want to act on those and approach the girl. But that's more so a warm approach. Cold approaching, how I look at it is that, like I said, you want to have more of a sniper approach. You want to use the L96A1. You want to use, God, why is the other sniper rifle, the intervention, God, like from MW 2. I don't know why I was spacing on that. Like you want to use the L96A1, you want to use the intervention, and you want to be a sniper. So I would suggest that you snipe when it comes to approaching. If you would rather cold approach still, I would suggest that you cold approach the most attractive woman to you and approach her, man. And yeah, shoot your shot. I don't spam approach. I don't do all that just because of my experience of running inbound game, aka handsome men's game, and women coming to me and seeing the treatment that I get from women in person and online and how they treat me when they come to me versus when I go to them. Just understand that when you're always having to go to someone or something, you are more than likely going to have to put in more work. You are going to experience more headache, more challenges versus when they come to you. Just run with that. And that's not just with women, that's in life in general, right? Because if you think about it, the things that happen that came to you unexpectedly in your life, as far as opportunities and people, those usually ended up being the best people and the best opportunities to happen in your life, to come into your life. Wouldn't you agree? It's the same concept here. Now, with that being said, it's in my opinion that with cold approach, you should level up your looks as much as possible either way, your face, your body, your fashion and style, and your charisma to give yourself the best shot at closing the girl as far as getting the number and actually setting up the date. And if I were you, I would actually set up the date with the girl when you approach her. Don't just get the number and think you're doing some and she doesn't text you back or hit you up. Literally, the girl that I met that approached me last night at the bar, man, I had her take out her phone. I put my number in, and then you know how you can have like little icons for your contact. I literally, hit the camera button, did like a selfie picture with her and I, and saved it as my like contact picture for her phone, like under my number and stuff. That's going to be the contact picture that pulls up as me being her contact. And then we set up a date from there. She leaves to the UK. She's going to be back in a week, and then we're going to get together and get some drinks. We're going to meet up. And what's interesting is that this girl she invited me to go to Miami with her in May. We'll see if it happens. I'm not saying like it's actually going to happen, but the fact that she was like already inviting me to Miami and stuff, I thought was interesting. And this was, to me, the most attractive woman in the bar based on what my type is. I like brunette women, dark brown hair women, brown eyes, some type of mixed race as far as like being foreign, right? She's from the UK and stuff. Women like that have some type of different nationality or ethnicity to them, right? Instead of just being American or something like that. But yeah, that goes to show you, man, that when women come to you, you're gonna have just the easier time, man. I'm sorry, you're just gonna have the easier time. But I want you guys to do everything you can to level up your look so that you guys can experience this, because when you experience this, especially when you're able to attract women that you actually want, which will happen, I'm telling you, it's going to, I will say this, prepare for it to kind of mess with your mind a little bit, because you're gonna have to get used to the fact that, oh, I'm actually able to attract these very attractive women. I can actually attract the women I want. Because yeah, as a handsome man, you will attract more unattractive women or women that don't necessarily meet your criteria when it comes to the physicality aspect of what you find attractive. But also prepare yourself to attract the women that you want, because it's going to bend your mind a little bit. So you just got to be prepared for that. But the more you're able to do that over a period of time, and you collect enough evidence to review and showcase to yourself, like, yeah, I have what it takes to attract attractive women. I have what it takes to attract, you know, the women that I want, because based on my long list of evidence, or just based on my list of evidence, even if it's only happened a few times, nevertheless, that's evidence to prove to you, real life evidence to prove to you that you can attract the women that you want, or simply you can attract women in general, the more handsome and attractive you become. And like I said, just handsome men's game, or inbound game as I like to call it, just puts you in the leveraged position. You're able to run handsome men's game, inbound game, more efficient, because unlike how most men have to do all this talking, they have to spend all this money on drinks and stuff just to get finesse. You don't got to do all that, man. It's efficient because you don't have to do much. They either come to you, or if you have to approach them because they gave you choosing signals, that's a warm approach. But even if you cold approach, at least if you are an attractive man, you may still have to do more work, like I said, because you're going at them, but you may have an easier time than most other men, because most men don't take care of themselves. Most men don't do everything they can to maximize their looks and be the most handsome, attractive version of yourself. So even when you cold approach women as a handsome man, you still have more opportunity to win than most men. But I've just seen, again, from my personal experience and seeing just my treatment in business, when people come to me, when clients come to me, I don't have to sell them. I just have to send them an invoice and they buy. No selling or no convincing, because the product, the marketing is really good. You are the product, and your physical image is your marketing, and your product is you as a person, who you are on the outside and the inside. And the better your marketing is and the better the product is, the more you're going to be able to attract people to you, not just women, but opportunities as well. So guys, that is the looks maxing and body game video, as far as the looks maxing and body game being the keys to attracting girls, gaining confidence, and running handsome men's game, or how I like to call it, inbound game. If you guys want help actually making this a reality in your life, then I would highly suggest that you check out my program, the Inbound Attraction Blueprint. I'll have it linked down below in the description. And if you got a lot of value from this video, please give it a like, subscribe for more videos like this. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.